Hello, this case study will be going over KLM's We Are an Airline campaign in the host country of Germany. So here's a little bit of background about KLM as a company. Its home base is in Amsterdam, which is in the Netherlands. The KLM group serves its global network of countries with a fleet of over 209 aircrafts, and Germany is one of the major countries that it serves. In 2017, their revenue was approximately 10 million euros, and it was established in 1919, and it's one of the oldest current airlines that still uses its original name. The mission of KLM is to always provide passengers with an enjoyable and memorable experience that rivals the quality and service of other competing airlines. Here's a little bit of an overview about this specific campaign. So KLM launched an awareness campaign in Germany after a poll found that only 54% of respondents were aware that KLM is actually an airline. And the respondents younger than 30 years old were only 37% aware. So those who didn't know it was an airline believed it to be a bank, a radio station, or a restaurant. KLM decided to partner with the agency DDB and Tribal and decided to open several pop-up shops with the KLM branding and launch a cohesive brand awareness campaign in Germany in order to change Germans' views about what KLM actually is. So here is a SWOT analysis based on the campaign's strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So the strengths are that the KLM has a very positive brand association already, and it offers great customer service and has a pretty great reputation with its current customers. The weaknesses that they have to face are a low recognition among audiences in Germany, and that the stores that they use as their pop-up shops might be misinterpreted as real. The opportunities that this campaign presents include a growth in the market for flights in Germany and adding to the unaware audiences to their customer base. And several threats that this campaign considers are the competing international airlines. So Germany approximately has a population of 80.6 million. It's considered a federal parliamentary republic, and as you all know, Germany has faced several challenges throughout the 20th century with World War I and World War II, which it's since recovered from. Germany is home to Europe's largest economy, which is a leading exporter and has a highly skilled labor force. Its GDP is $4.15 trillion, and the ethnic groups that call Germany home are 91.5% Germans, 2.4% Turkish, and others that are 6.1% of the population. A little bit more about Germany in regard to the Hofstede Insights. Germany's constitution provides for freedom of expression and freedom of the press. It bans hate speech, Holocaust denial, and any Nazi propaganda, obviously because of its controversial history. Now, there's a very low power distance in Germany, which means that the government is highly decentralized and the German public tends to question leadership. It's highly individualistic as well, which allows for direct communication and a little focus on family or the concept of collectivism. So individual needs are prioritized. It's a primarily masculine country with an emphasis on power. There's a high uncertainty avoidance, which means that the public prefers detailed plans over uncertain events. They have a long-term orientation, which means that they're more focused on long-term goals as opposed to short-term consequences. And they have a restrained indulgence, which means that there's not much focus on luxury and leisure, and they inherently believe that indulging is wrong. So the primary and secondary audiences for this campaign, the primary audience is considered to be Germans from ages 18 to 65 plus who were not previously aware of KLM services and might be more inclined to view KLM as something other than an airline. The secondary audience in this case are Germans who are below the age of 30 who aren't customers of KLM and don't know what it is. So the objectives for this campaign can be categorized into output and impact objectives. The output objectives are to publish content and initiate pop-up stores to increase the overall brand awareness and recognition among Germans of all ages. In addition to this, some taglines that they'll be using in this campaign include the slogan, "We are an airline," and the ability to make a mockery of the ideas of what kind of company KLM is. It's the preconceived notions that the unaware public has created. The impact objectives, which is the outcomes that they'd like to see from this campaign, would be to increase awareness of KLM and have it identified positively as a trustworthy and affordable airline that provides quality customer service. In addition to this, they want to increase sales of airlines tickets among Germans who previously did not know about KLM. The timetable for this, it takes place before November 2018, so their pop-up shops launch before that. The commercial and social media posts, as well as the headlining Spotify song "We Are an Airline" by the Flying Dutchman, all were released during the week of November 6, 2018. So that was the culmination of the campaign. The themes and key messages that you see throughout this campaign include the slogan, "We are an airline." It also includes KLM's traditional logo and branding guidelines. It includes the statements, "We turned ourselves into exactly the things people think we are, a bank, a restaurant, and a radio station." And is KLM a radio station, a bank, or an airline? By becoming what people think we are, we made sure they never forget what we really are. So the goal of this campaign is to take the misconceptions about the brand and turn them around in a joking manner to show them who they truly are as a company. The actions and special events of this campaign include the song "We Are an Airline" by the Flying Dutchman, which was played on the radio station that they created and was subsequently released on Spotify. So KLM also launched an ATM that would dispense free airline tickets and surprise oncoming customers. And they also had a restaurant that served only airline food that they serve on their planes, and a radio station that features their original song. And they also have quizzes and polls about what people believe KLM to be. So this happened over the span of fall 2018, and it contributed to the campaign's ending in November, where they revealed the purpose of their pop-up shops. The media channels that they use includes Spotify, radio advertisements, social media platforms including YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter, and digital advertisements. So the implementation of this campaign can really be seen through their commercial that they premiered in November. How the circuit of culture is represented in this campaign includes the concepts of representation, identity, regulation, consumption, and production. But for representation, KLM used German participants in their commercial and represented their airline through their products and the actual staff that worked for them. The identity, the campaign was intended to replace the conceptions that Germans hold about the brand with the actual truth that KLM is indeed an airline. Regulation, KLM used this campaign to engage their new customers and convert unknowing Germans into actual customers that use the airline services. For consumption, Germans were encouraged to book their next flight with KLM following the campaign. And for production, both the pop-up stores and the song were very well received by the German public. The overall evaluation of this campaign can be condensed into the following. All of the objectives of the campaign were ultimately achieved, and Germans became more aware of KLM and what the brand actually stands for. They became aware of these services and suddenly knew that KLM was a prominent airline that served Germans. Since Germany is KLM's most important market, KLM really needed this campaign to be successful in order to connect with potential customers of the airline. By playfully contradicting the ideas Germans have when they think of the name KLM, they used their fun personality and their iconic branding to reverse any misconceptions. Overall, this campaign was well received, and it was also shared through various news sources and advertising publications, such as Ad Age. The specific recommendations that I have after hearing about this campaign would be that I think it was in a really innovative way to increase brand awareness and make KLM easily recognizable. They used their fun, outgoing personality and their brand persona to make this campaign successful and to grab the attention of their German audience. Now, because Germany is one of the major markets for KLM, they really needed to do this in this country, and it was a great way to do so by contradicting their beliefs about the brand and showing them what they actually are. I think that my recommendation would be to expand this campaign to other countries where the brand still isn't identified for what it truly is. I know that KLM serves a variety of different countries, so by using the concepts behind this campaign and starting by surveying those audiences to see if they actually know in their country what KLM is, would be a great way to transfer the success of this initiative to a different country based on what they believe. That way, KLM can continue to connect with its international audience and make itself known. Just because they've been around for 100 years, a lot of people still don't know about them because they're a very specialized airline. But it goes to show that with a little work and a little bit of counteracting those misconceptions about their brand, KLM can be successful and turn all of these jokes that they have into actual action and continue to grow their international audience. I thank you so much for watching this presentation. I hope you enjoyed it and learned a little bit more about what KLM is and the impact that the We Are an Airline campaign had. Thank you so much.